The date is the 6th of September, 2019. It's 2 a.m. and you should be asleep, but something is keeping you awake. That thing is the Dell UltraSharp 32 8K monitor, UP3218K. It's a marvel of modern engineering, 32 inches of pure visual pleasure. 7,680 by 4,320, an 8K display with over 33 million pixels and 1 billion supported colors. The Dell UltraSharp 32 8K monitor, UP3218K. It's stunning, tear-jerkingly beautiful. The IPS panel of the LED backlit LCD display brings the perfect balance of gorgeous colors and incredibly high resolutions. What it doesn't balance, however, is price. Damn, $4,000, that is steep. Anyway, this is the best monitor you will find. The Dell UltraSharp 32 8K monitor, UP3218K. On the other hand, this is the ViewSonic OptiQuest Q71 from 2001. It isn't the best, but it's yours. With a resolution of 1280 by 1024, it's tear-jerkingly mediocre for 2019. 1.3 million pixels stretched over 16 viewable inches. 33 pounds of pure 2001 greatness. Actually, it was average even for 2001. It was a stock monitor, but it isn't available for sale anywhere anymore. But you know what? It's not the monitor you want, but the ViewSonic OptiQuest Q71 is the monitor that you deserve. Anyway, what is all of this for? Just to show you the difference between the capability of different types of visual display units, of which there are many, like the CRT monitors of the past and LCD monitors we have today. As you already know, visual display units are pieces of hardware. Hardware is divided into two categories, input and output. But even further than that, output is divided into hard copy and soft copy.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Soft copy devices are devices that give information in a way that is not able to be touched or carried. Soft copy is temporary or transient and can quickly disappear after use.
Change the world. My final message. Goodbye.
Hard copy devices, on the other hand, are those devices that produce information in a way that allows it to be tangible, such as on paper. This output is permanent and does not rely on the computer being turned on to exist. They produce INDEPENDENT of the computer. As you might have guessed, a visual display unit is a soft copy output device. It displays images generated by a computer or a similar electronic device. There are many types of VDUs, both 3-dimensional and 2-dimensional. There's CRT and LED, electroluminescence 3, E-ink, plasma, PDP, and OLED, DLP, SCD, and FEDs, experimental laser TVs forthcoming, quantum dot QLED, and LED backlit LCD, twisted pneumatic, IPS, SIPS, active matrix, and passive technology, AFFS, Blueface mode, and VA2, all types of the CD. There are too many VDUs, I even left up segment displays. This is the VDU type song. CRTs are long gone, reflect with more detail with the new technology. With higher response times, even more refresh rates, colors richer with more recent dates. Yeah, there are a lot of them. And that was just the 2-dimensional displays. Well, you've got to start somewhere. A CRT monitor, or cathode ray tube monitor, is made up of millions of tiny dots of phosphor that glow either red, green, or blue when struck by an electron beam or ray traveling across the screen. This beam is either created by an electron gun that pours electrons into a vacuum created in a glass tube in a process known as thermionic emission. This is guided by magnetic charges towards the screen. This is why CRT monitors have to be so thick, as they need to have space for their tube and their deflection coils, which allow for the constant adjustment of the electron beam. They can have resolutions up to 2048 by 1536 pixels, which is not really something to scoff at even today. They were, of course, very hefty and took up a lot of desk space, not to mention that they heated up a lot and could have images burned into the screen because of the use of phosphor in the display. Next up is LCD, or liquid crystal displays. LCD is a term given to a flat panel display technology that's the most widely used of all VDU types. Here, a backlight in liquid crystal display, usually LED, provides an even light source behind the screen. The light is polarized, meaning only half of the light shines through to the liquid crystal layer. The liquid crystals are part solid and a part liquid substance that can be twisted by applying electrical charges to them. They block the polarized light when they are off, but reflect red, green, or blue when they are activated. How does this happen? Each pixel has a red, green, and blue subpixel that can be turned on or off. When all of a pixel's subpixels are turned off, it appears black. When all the subpixels are turned on to 100%, it appears white. By adjusting the individual levels of red, green, and blue light, millions, even billions of colors are able to be shown. LCD screens have different resolutions. For example, Wide Quad Extended Graphics Array, or WQXGA. LCD monitors have resolutions of 2560 by 1600 pixels, and 8K UHD monitors like the Dell UltraSharp 32 8K monitor UP3218K have resolutions of 7680 by 4320 pixels. The next type of VDU is the LED monitor, or the light-emitting diode monitor. These are usually less expensive and last longer than other display types. They use an array of LEDs to recreate images generated by the computer. These displays are used in store signs and for large digital billboards because of their low power consumption. The modern variants of LED displays are OLED displays, AMOLED displays, and QLED displays. AMOLED and OLED are used in the smartphones of today and also smartwatches for their amazing color accuracy and power efficiency. Dynamic AMOLED, or Dynamic Active Matrix Organic Light Emitting Diode, used in Samsung's Note 10 Plus, and it has an impressive resolution of 3040 by 1440 pixels in such a small package. An active matrix of organic LED pixels generates light once activated by an electric current. These pixels have been integrated into a thin-film transistor, TFT array, which works like a switch, controlling the currents to each individual pixel. It's similar to how an American power company would be able to control the power going to each house in a well-planned community. Except if each house showed a certain color, and there were 4.3 million of them and 6 inches worth of screen. Impressive, isn't it? If you've been existing for the past few years, you've probably heard about QLED, or quantum dot displays, being reviewed by Unbox Therapy or CNET. That's right, these massive high-resolution displays are quantum dot displays. This just means that they use quantum dots or semiconductor nanocrystals, which can produce pure monochromatic red, green, and blue light. QLED TVs, like Samsung's 98-inch Q900A TV, has a quality of 8K. It costs $50,000 US though, so you may need to borrow some of Jamaica's GDP for that purchase. The next type of display unit is the plasma display panel, or PDP. These displays cannot be economically manufactured in small sizes, so they're usually always larger than 32 inches in diagonal size. A panel of a plasma display is typically made up of millions of tiny compartments in between two panels of glass. These compartments, or cells, hold a mixture of noble gases, e.g. neon and xenon, and a little bit of another gas like mercury vapor. An electric current is applied, converting these gases to plasma in the cell. This creates photons that strike phosphor on the screen, creating either red, blue, or green. So when you really think about it, a bunch of tiny explosions in the screen are creating each pixel in an image. Plasma displays usually have a resolution of 1080p or 1920 by 1080 pixels. Next up are e-ink displays, or electronic paper. They mimic the appearance of ink on paper and reflect light rather than emit it like other display types. They use an incredibly small amount of power and are mostly used in e-readers like the Kindle. However, with these displays, they usually have a longer response time that other displays do not have. Some take 450 milliseconds to refresh, while the newest LCD monitors can refresh in 1 millisecond. 1. Don't worry, we're almost done. There are other display types such as electroluminescent displays, surface conduction electron emitter displays, field emission displays, carbon nanotubes, and holographic displays. However, these are not widespread enough for them to be included in this presentation.